Okay, I think I'm oriented right now. How I got switched, I don't know. So, hi, I'm Melissa. Melissa's Crafting Treehouse. I am back for a second time. First time was oriented right and then switched to sideways. So I'm back. Here I'm back. So hopefully it'll stay the right orientation the whole time, and I'll just try not to touch my phone. So today I have some announcements. I also have, I'm going to show you all the new products that I've gotten from the Occasions Catalog and free celebration items. And I might say this a few times. And then I have a project demonstration that I'm super, super excited about. And I see somebody's joined. Maybe it's Kathy. You were here just a minute ago. Hopefully others will return. So comment and let me know that it's who you are, and if you can confirm that I'm now oriented correctly. I look like I'm oriented correctly to me. So hopefully I'm showing up right to you guys. So I'm going to just give it a quick minute. Yay, Kathy. You're back. Thank you for returning. Okay. Yeah, Facebook is such a confusing thing. I don't really understand how or why I got turned sideways. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Oh, is that Cindy? Are you here? Hi, Cindy. I see your face up in the upper corner. Nice to see you. So I was just saying, I've got a few things that I'm covering today. I'm going to show all the new products that I've gotten, my pre-order products, and I'm going to have a project demonstration, one I'm super excited about. Last night I was busy creating and playing around with what I was going to show, and I got to one of those states where I was just like, I can't stand it. I want to stay up all night and create. I'm having so much fun. And it took everything to just not like create everything and finish everything. But I wanted to show you some stuff live. So I'm very excited about that. And I'll have some giveaways as well throughout my presentation. And so I guess let's get started with that. So, okay. So just a little bit of the personal update. Thanksgiving was great for me. I had both of my girls home. And I'm a new empty nester, so it was the first time having my girls home from their respective homes, and it was amazing, very emotional. I don't know if that's the case for you guys at Thanksgiving, but I was exhausted afterwards, so very happy that for the experience, and very happy that they were here, and then I was happy to also rest afterwards. So that's what's going on for me. And just wanted I have always liked to have a little theme and a quote for the day. There's somebody else that has joined us. I see number 3 in the episode. If you joined us late, and you just let us know who you are. It's fun to know who's out there. So I kind of feel like I'm with you, and I know who you are. So anyway, so my theme for today is just to enjoy life more and to have more realistic expectations. And one of the things that I do, and I was having a conversation with my team about it on Tuesday night, have this habit of just thinking that I can get so much more done than I am able to, and I don't have realistic expectations. And then where that leaves me is just kind of feeling like inadequate, like I haven't done enough. And it's kind of stinks. And so, as we're coming into the holiday season, I know I do that to myself, and I'm sure others do as well, where you think you can do all kinds of things, and it's just not realistic. So it's kind of a setup for failure, and it kind of bugs me. So I'm working on that, and just wondering if you guys have your own experiences with that. I think pretty much everybody in my team said the same thing, that they felt like they did the same thing to themselves. So, any strategies for how you set realistic goals and expectations for yourself, if you want to share that, that would be awesome. And just give me 1 second. Just realized I have to blow my nose. Okay. Back to the focus. So I have a couple of little quotes. And comment, because I am going to give away. I have a little gift for people for commenting. So I'm going to do a drawing for among the people who leave comments. So just comment if you struggle with setting realistic expectations, and if you have strategies that you want to share with the group about how to set more realistic expectations, that would be great. Okay, so my quotes for the day. It's not what you are that holds you back. It's what you think you are not. And it sort of relates to this idea of realistic expectations, because I think when you have unrealistic expectations, you focus on what you're not as opposed to what you are and what gifts you have to contribute in the world. So I thought that was kind of cool. My husband shared that with me. And then the other one I love, which is kind of sort of related, but more about just living life in the moment and enjoying life more. And that is, don't be sad that it's over. This is actually Dr. Seuss. Be glad that it happened. And I just love that quote. It was on the wall, a wedding that I went to, and just stuck in my head. And I think it's a great thing to live by. So enjoying the moment, enjoying life. So doing this craft for me is a lot about enjoying life and sharing it with other people. And yeah, you guys are saying hi to each other. I like that. Kathy and Cindy. Anyway, okay, so what was I saying? Oh, yes. So one of the things I talk about on my website, on my About page, is this idea of finding your creative bliss. And to me, that's the feeling I had last night when I was creating and I was coming up with ideas and loving what I was seeing and wanting to share it, and wanting to never stop. And my goal is really to kind of help other people find that amazing place, because I believe that anybody and everybody can find that place that's unique to them. It's not going to be my experience. It's going to be your own creative bliss. And one of the things that I do is I have a free card kit program. And part of the reason why I offer that is because when you get a kit or a structure to start with, you have parts and pieces to play with. It becomes a really easy way as a creative jumping off point. So my goal is, I hope to inspire people to creativity, but I also want to remove some of the roadblocks and help people to find their own creativity as well. So I do a lot of giving of card kits, my clubs, and to people who purchase product from me. And I have all the details of my free card kit program on my website. That's www.melissacraftingtreehouse.com. So you can find that in my tutorials and classes tab. So, okay, so related to that, a couple weeks ago when I did my Facebook Live, one of the things that people said was a roadblock for them or a challenge for them in the creative process was being overwhelmed with creative possibilities. So again, my kits are sort of a way to help kind of remove that roadblock a little bit. So, okay, so moving right along. So a little bit of business news and updates. So I probably mentioned 2 weeks ago when I came on that Stampin' Up! Has come up with this new Craft and Carry Tote, which they made available to demonstrators. So I want to show that. It's only available to demonstrators or to people who join during celebration. And it's this super cool. So this is the tote, and it's got lots of pockets. You can see the inserts on the inside for putting all kinds of things in there, and then on the back side. So joining is really not the kind of thing where it's like this huge commitment. It's just not. It's kind of like joining Sam's Club or Costco or something. It's a way to get a discount. So don't be intimidated by it. If you spend at a certain, if you spend more than $100, the starter kit is $99. So just something to consider. It's a great way to get that tote. So let me know if you have questions. I'm happy to answer questions, and I have lots more information on my website too. So leave a comment if you would be enticed to buy the starter kit to get that beautiful tote. Did I show it well enough? Did you guys see it? Leave a comment and let me know. Let me know what you think of that lovely tote. I'm very excited for mine. So let's see. All right. So where are we now? I have my agenda, so keep me on track. All right. So if you do decide that you're interested in joining, if you join after December 5th, that's the date when demonstrators can pre-order from the Occasions catalog, which is really awesome. And we also get free celebration items early. So with your purchases after December 5th, on or after December 5th, you can get free celebration items. So that's an important date. And let's see what else. Okay, I think that's it for business stuff. And I want to now show you some of the new things that I got. Okay, actually, I have to show you. I'll show you that later. Okay, so I'm going to show you by product suite. So in the catalog, in every catalog, at the very front, so okay, this is the front of the Occasions catalog. And I'm not supposed to show you on the inside, but I'm just going to show you on the inside of that first page are a list of suites. And I know it's backwards, but you get the point. Now, this little list of suites is in the front of every catalog, including the big catalog. So it's just really nice. So in the big catalog, usually there's about 14 suites. In the smaller catalogs, there's usually around 7, which there are in this one. And just you have to just notice my catalog. It's really tattered and worn already. I've only had it for a few weeks, and look at all those dog ears in there. There's a lot that I want in this catalog. So anyway, so we're going to start with the first suite, which is, and I don't remember the names of all of them. Let's see. All My Love is the name of the first suite. And there are 2 stamp sets in this suite. One is this one, the Forever Lovely, it's called. And this comes with, this is one of the consumables that comes with this, these epoxy hearts, which is really, really pretty. And then you can also get this combination pack of ribbon. And I'm showing you in suites in part because the beauty of suites, of course, is that the products coordinate and you can more easily design when you're working within a suite. So now I just, I have this paper. I'm going to start showing you the papers. This is probably one of my favorite papers. It's so pretty in this designer paper pack, and I haven't taken them out of their packs. I'm just showing you one at a time. The other ones I have actually taken out, so it'll be a little bit quicker to show. Here's the next one. So this is really the Valentine theme suite, and the set I showed you is the florals, and then there's another set that's all about Valentines and hearts, and there's dies that go with them and everything. There's dies that go with the floral one too. Oh, I love those hearts. I think that's my favorite. If you see a pattern that you especially like, holler, and good luck trying to describe it. Okay, so there's that one. So that's the rest of them. I just love these floral images, and of course it could be Valentine's or it could be any other occasion that, you know, demands pink. There's a lot of pink in there. Okay, so that's the first one. Let's see, and I don't have all the suites. I was able to get things in, I think, 4 suites. So the next one is called Happiness Blooms. Okay, getting my stuff. And I don't actually have a stamp set that goes with this, but I did get a embossing folder, which I'm excited about. And here's some little embellishments. It comes with a Memories and More pack, which I should have opened, but I did not get a chance to. And card packs and envelopes. So these are large cards and small cards. I think they're actually an A4 size envelope and card. That's what they do in Australia and Europe, apparently. So, and this is the designer paper, and I actually like the back side actually better than this front side, but I'm just going to show you all the patterns. This is a very, very brilliant set of papers. So there's that. And then the back side is a little bit calmer. So those are actually really pretty. Hi, Alice. Welcome. So that's the Happiness Surround Suite. And we're just looking at some of the new products that I have gotten from the Occasions catalog. And so I'm just going through those right now. Oh, so many things. Okay, the next one. Where's the next one? Okay. There's a masculine-oriented one. It's called Classic Garage. And the papers are really fun. They come in a 6x6 instead of the 12x12. I'm just going to fan them out a little bit so you guys can see them. So there's actually 24 patterns in this because they're all double-sided. So I don't know, can you get the idea? Lots of, actually that one with the cars is like my favorite. Isn't that cute? So cute. And then there's a stamp set that goes with it that coordinates. And then, oh, motorcycles. You really like motorcycles? Yeah. Okay, and then the back side, which has all kinds of tools and gears, and there's dies that go with this. Somebody likes it. I see a heart. And then there's also these fabulous and adorable little embellishments. They're actually all tools. You see them? Keys. There's a wrench. I think these are the cutest little things ever. Yes, I see you love that, Kathy. Me too. This ribbon, I think, is one of my favorite things in this suite. Looks super versatile. Almost looks like a road, like a, you know, racing track, whatever. Okay, so that's it for the Classic Garage. And of course, I don't have the stamp set for that one, just the consumables. But again, I do my Taste of a Sweet product shares. Hi, Carol, welcome. And Brenda, welcome. So I do my Taste of a Sweet product shares. Those are coming up. And so I like to show things by suite because they coordinate so well. So the next suite I'm going to show is, what is this one called? Oh, this is the Gingham Gala. Gingham Gala. So you can see these, the designer paper, it's all gingham. So there's the small check and then the big check, and it comes in a variety of different colors. Super pretty. And then it coordinates with this stamp set. I did get the stamp set for this one. And actually, let me just show you because this is so much fun. Fan out all the colors. And then more colors and the bigger pattern. Isn't that lovely? So pretty. Having fun. Okay. So that paper coordinates with this butterfly gala set, and which goes with this punch, and I just love that. I love when we have punches. Hi Sue, welcome. That's one of my favorites. And then there's this ribbon that goes with this suite. The, what did I call it again? The Gingham Gala. I should remember that because it's gingham. And then these sticky sequins as well. They're actually like, some of them are flower shaped. Can you see that? And circular. So that one's super fun. They're doing lots of butterflies this time because there's another product that I got, another stamp set that is butterflies and a die. Hi, Marilyn, welcome. Okay, something just fell. That's okay. Okay, and then the last suite that I have is called Needlepoint Nook. And apparently this is very popular these days, the needlepoint patterns, and there's a stamp set that goes with it that has the same kind of texture. And let me see if I can show you the back side. And the back sides are really very neutral, which makes it nice and versatile. But I think my favorite one, which Cindy and I were talking about this the other day, is this butterfly one. I love the butterflies. And then I think I showed you my samples. I had made some cards with these on stage with that paper, I think in particular. Anyway, it's really pretty paper. And then also with this suite, this is one of the things I love because it's tiny. Little itty bitty buttons. Can you see them? Aren't these adorable? I love anything small. I was actually at the liquor store today because I'm planning a party for the weekend. And they had those little tiny bottles. I could have bought like every single one just because they're cute. Anyway, I love little things. Does anybody else love little things? Hi, Edwina. Welcome. Okay. Oh, I forgot one thing. This also goes with the Needlepoint Nook suite. And the baker's twine is now coming on these little rolls instead of on a flat piece of cardstock or cardboard, which is kind of nice. Okay. What else do I need to show you? What else have I forgotten? Oh, I know what I've forgotten. Okay, so this is not part of a suite, but I just loved it, so I had to buy it. It was one of the pre-order things that I could choose. This piece of cake stamp set. So every kind of cake you could imagine. And then a coordinating punch. Gotta love it. Love the coordinating punch. I'm very happy. And let's see. I'm saving the celebration stuff for last. So, and I have to open this. So this is called Beauty Abounds. This is the other butterfly-oriented set that I was describing. And it comes with a set of dies, but I have to open them because I have to show you this. I can't show you the inside of the catalog. I can show you the real thing. So that's the one thing I can't do, is show you the inside of the catalog. But if I have the product, I can show it to you. And I think this is worth waiting for. Okay, so check that out. Those are the dies. And this big one, that's all connected. So you can separate them if you want. But aren't those butterflies just beautiful? I love it. I love butterflies. Anybody else love butterflies? Say, I love butterflies. So just for those of you that have joined a little bit late. Oh my gosh. Okay, guess what? There's two. Look, that's all the dies. There are two sheets. This is like a crazy Mondo set of dies. And they layer on top of each other. How did I forget that little detail? Oh, I'm going to peek out and show you. So, again, that coordinates with this Beauty Abounds stamp set. So this is all stuff that's in the Occasions catalog. And I am going to be creating with it and sharing projects with you. As soon as I can. So the Occasions catalog goes live on January 2nd. And so you can't buy stuff from the Occasions catalog unless you join as a demonstrator. If you join after December 5th, you can actually buy Occasions catalog product in your starter kit. So that's another benefit of joining. So let's see what else. Okay, now there's also this lovely ribbon that I got, and I think it belongs to Sweet, but I couldn't figure out which one. But it's really, really pretty. It's Calypso Coral, and it's the satin ribbon. We have it in black as well. So I'll figure out where its home is. Okay, so last but not least, I have two celebration sets that I got, and there's a really funny story with this one, but it's the woman who demonstrated it when we were on stage did a really funny thing with it, but I probably can't take the time to explain it now, but it was super funny. Anyway, so there's this cute one with little frogs, and then this one, Hello Cupcake, you know, with those images layer. These are celebration sets. You can only get those for free with a purchase. So either as a demonstrator, you can buy them, you know, you can get them for free in December when you place an order, or if you join, you can get them, or if you are a customer and you, after January 2nd with purchases, you can get celebration items. Okay, well, I wonder if, were you actually out on stage, Kathy? Okay, anyway, it was a little X-rated froggy thing. So it sounds like Kathy knows what I'm talking about. It was very silly, and the presenter was completely red and embarrassed when she did it because it wasn't on purpose. Anyway, okay, and I have one last thing that is a celebration item that I got as part of my pre-order as a free item, and that's this Lasting Lily stamp set. So most celebration sets, when you spend $50, you get it for free. There are some, like this one, where you have to spend $100 to get them. This has a lot of images in it, and they're really, really beautiful. One of the projects I'm going to show you today actually uses this set. Well, actually, there's actually two projects I'm going to show. But anyway, so it's just a beautiful, beautiful set. All right. So not that I expect you to remember the names of these things. Okay, you saw the card and heard about it. Okay. Yeah, it's really funny. So sorry, I feel like I'm being mean by not explaining the details. Maybe Kathy could explain it in a comment. All right. Okay, bye, Cindy. Have a good evening. Okay, so let's see, where are we now? Let's see. So if you're wondering how to get your Occasions catalog or Sale-A-Bration catalogs in the mail, anybody who's a customer of mine who has spent $50 in merchandise or more over the last 6 months, I will automatically send a catalog to you. I'll send you both catalogs, Occasions and Sale-A-Bration. If you're a customer and it's been longer since you placed an order, you'll have to request that I send one to you, and you are welcome to do that. So that's how to get your catalogs, and I will be ordering those early in December. So I will be trying to mail them probably around mid-December, depending on when I get them and whatnot. So if you want to get yours, that's how you get it. So, okay, where am I now? I guess I have one last thing I want to show you. Okay, so and that is this is the Stamparatus case. I talked about it last week or 2 weeks ago. Hi, Paula, welcome. And this is the Stamparatus case. So if you have a Stamparatus, if you can leave a comment and you know, say if you have a Stamparatus, what you think of it, do you love it, and do you recommend it to other people? So anyway, my Stamparatus is in there. There's lots of good little pouches and pockets. This was available for demonstrators to pre-order, and customers actually can pre-order it starting December 5th. So that December 5th date is kind of a magic date. So it is just on a regular order, but it's just beautiful, beautiful case if you want something to protect your Stamparatus in. Next week's Facebook Live, I will be coming back live next Thursday as usual. And the focus is I'm going to be using the Stamparatus on a couple of projects. Super excited about those projects. I'm actually using 2 stamp sets from the Occasions Catalog, and I feel like it's almost mean to be showing you them this early, but I can't help it. So it'll just get you excited for when the products become available January 2nd, or maybe you'll just have to join so you can get all this wonderful stuff that I have. So, okay, Brenda says you have the Stamparatus and it's wonderful. I agree. I've really just started in the last, I don't know, 4 months or so, really digging in and using it a lot, and doing projects with my clubs with it. And it just makes it really easy and fast to stamp. So, anyway, that Stamparatus case will be available next week, and I'll have more information about the Stamparatus next week too. Oh, great. All righty. Okay, so let's see. All right, I think we've gotten to the project demonstration. All right, so the focus of the project demonstration today is the set of products that is available through the Snowflake Showcase promotion. That promotion ends on the 30th, which is that tomorrow? I think it is tomorrow. And there were 5 products in the promotion. One was this velvet white paper that ran out in about a week. They said that they would only be available while supplies lasted. But I'm going to show projects with well, 4 of the remaining products, actually, well, 3. So this is one of them, the Happiness Surround set. Snow is Glistening is the other set. And the Snowfall Thinlits right here. This is just a crazy, amazing set of snowflake thinlits. I can't stand that it's actually going away because they're probably the best snowflakes we've ever had in the catalog. And then these really lovely embellishments, these snowflake trinkets, they're called. So these 4 products are still available until tomorrow. So we'll see if you like them. I'm going to have a little incentive for you to buy them because I'm going to have a giveaway if you place an order at different levels. So I will tell you about that in just a bit. So now I'm going to turn the camera facing down. I'm going to show you some projects. And as I was saying earlier, if you joined a little bit late, I was playing last night and just I just kind of went crazy. I just loving everything that I was doing. I want to tell you a little story though. Okay, so this project I'm going to show you while I'm showing my face here was one of our club projects in November and December, and actually my online club will get the materials for this in December. It's an easel card, and the project I'm going to show you today is something called Joseph's Coat. And if you've heard of Joseph's Coat, go ahead and comment on it. This is not Joseph's Coat, but it's sort of a step on the way to Joseph's Coat. And it was so beautiful just the way it was that I couldn't bear to do the next step. But I think you're really going to like the next step also. And I love purples. Can you tell? So anyway, that's one of the sources of inspiration. So that was, that's done with the Happiness Surrounds set. And then I've done a few others. These were on my blog early this week. This one, which is also an easel card oriented the other way. And there are details on my website, on my blog. And then another one that's an easel card. And then I did another version of this one in Bermuda Bay colors, Bermuda Bay and Coastal Cabana. And now this is done with the Snowflake, the Snow is Glistening set, these tags and the box. I may have shown this to you before. You may have seen it on my website. But these are all projects that are made with these products that are going away as of tomorrow. So, you know, I show you these, of course, because I want you to buy. Okay. But also because I have to say goodbye to them, dang it. I figure why not show them and play with them and then share them with you guys. So now I'm going to show you the project that I'm going to demonstrate, and I can't demonstrate it exactly the way it's shown because I have to vary it just because it's more fun to vary it. But this is the project, and this is called Joseph's Coat. I'm going to actually, see if the light is better there. Okay. And can you kind of see some of the detail on that? It's sort of shiny, it's embossed. Anyway, and I've done a bunch of different variations on this in different colors with different images. So that's kind of the source of inspiration. Okay, so I'm going to move some things out of the way from on my table and then get myself situated for showing you fun things. And I hope that it inspires you to make your own amazing creations. So I'm just moving some things out of the way. And then I'm going to turn the camera facing down. I've got myself all set up here with all the stuff, but I had to have it off to the side since I was showing you all the other things. Okay, so cross your fingers when I turn the camera that it's actually going to still be oriented right. Okay, first I'm going to face you out my lovely windows. Go. Okay, and then I'm going to face my camera down. If you're still there, Sue, you come back later when you can watch the replay and see my project demonstration. This is super fun technique. Okay, am I oriented okay? I think so. Looks like I am. Okay, so I'm going to have my project out here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some color. And I've taken liberty of doing a few ahead of time. Now, this one was just all the purples, but because I can't just do the same thing. Did you miss out on the ink sale? Yes, you did. It ended yesterday. And I bought a bunch of new ink pads for myself. I'm so sorry that you missed it. It was about 10% off of the inks. But anyway, yes, online extravaganza is over. Yesterday was the last day. All right, so what I'm going to do is I have my images from the Happiness Surround set, and I'm going to go ahead and do some stamping on these. Now, all I did with these is I just sponged, and I want to show you on this one as an example, I used 3 purples. So I used my Gorgeous Scrape and my Highland Heather. Actually, I take it back. I didn't use the Highland Heather. I did use the Highland Heather on this one with the light purples around the outside. Okay, let's see. How's that light? I know it's kind of probably hard to see. Can you guys see okay? I guess so. All right, so I used the Blackberry Bliss, the Gorgeous Scrape, and then on the inside, I used Mossy Meadow and the Soft Sea Foam. So that's what this one is. And then this one, I used the 3 greens, the Mossy Meadow, and then Pear Pizzazz. There we go. Right around here, and then the Soft Sea Foam. So if you've done sponging before, it's pretty straightforward, but I'm just going to show you this one little bit. So you can see here that these edges look different from this edge, and that's because I like to really rub hard against the edge. I actually trimmed off that edge. And that's why it doesn't have the edge. But see the difference right there? So you can see I'm squishing up my sponge and just kind of pressing it in so that I get that nice dark color against the edge. And I'm going for sort of gradations of color. And I haven't done a version like this, as you can tell. So it's going to be interesting and a surprise maybe to all of us as to how it turns out and whether we like it or not. Okay, so, and I did want to do one. Let's see, where I actually sponge it from scratch. So where's my paper? Oh, I buried it under here. Where have I buried it? Oh my goodness. Okay. Too many things sitting around. Okay, well, maybe I won't sponge. I had this idea that I wanted to do a version that was, you know, like green on the outside and then the purples towards the inside. And just give me 1 second. Let's see if I can find that paper. I found it. I'm coming back. Okay, so I'm going to try to do this really quick. I could be here all day long because I'm like so excited to do this project with you. So let's start with my Blackberry Bliss in the center. And I'm squishing it up so we can get some nice rich color in there. And then I'm going to do my gorgeous scrape. And get my little sponges. And now I'm down below so I can't see your comments so well, which is always a little bit strange. I feel like I'm talking to you, but I can't tell that you're there. Okay, and then I'm going to do a little bit of the Highland Heather. All right. And then on the outside edges, I'm going to do some of the greens. And I'm going to go the light green towards the center, just so that the purple and the greens don't get muddied up. Are we still there? I'm going to come up and say hi. Okay, good. Nobody else has made any comments since. So feel free to comment and let me know what you think. Has anybody done Joseph's Cove? Did anybody respond to that? If you do, respond. You see I'm having to press really hard on here to get the color. Now this is the lightest color. This is the soft seafoam. It is one of the new colors. So when I did the demonstration last time, I created a bunch of different focal points and then I went off camera and actually created the cards. So I may end up doing the same thing here, but I really just want to let you see the different effects that you can get. And I think I'm just going to do the light green and the dark green on this one. So this is a create as you go kind of thing. So this is just, I had sort of a vision of what it might look like. And I know it doesn't look like a whole lot right now, but hopefully it's going to just turn into something amazing that you're going to love before too long. All right, so now I've got these three. So now I'm going to take my embossing buddy and I'm going to go over the whole thing. And you can see I'm being pretty generous with my rubbing or patting because I have found that the embossing powder wants to stick to the ink for some reason, especially when you're doing sponging. I guess maybe it just wets the paper. Okay, you have done it before, Marilyn. Wonderful. Okay, well, hopefully you will still enjoy what I'm creating, and maybe you'll have some insights and tips for me. All right, so I'm going to actually, on all of these, I can't help myself, I'm going to do my central image, and hopefully you're not seeing my head, in this big medallion. So I did do another, I tried to do a variation of this design with a different stamp set, and it actually turned out really pretty, and I'll show it to you in a minute. But there was one reason why I didn't like it as much, and part of it was because this particular stamp set that I'm using has solid, sort of thick-lined images, right? It's not a fine detail image. And some of the stamp sets that we have now in the catalog, they're called distinctive, I think. And one of the celebration sets that I showed you, this lily, is actually one of these distinctive. You can see there's a lot of detail in there. Can you guys see that? I'll show you the project that I made with it, but it wasn't quite as good as this this image that is more solid. Okay, so and you're kind of stamping a little bit blind here, right? Because you can't really tell where the images is. I'm sort of estimating based upon, I can tilt it and see it a little bit. And I'm using the card I did before as a little bit of a guide, so I kind of get my spacing. So one of the things I thought I would do is I'm going to give or send one of these designs to somebody. So I'll tell you how in just a little bit. Okay, so now I want to mix things up a little bit. So this one in the middle, I've done exactly the same stamping as that one. And now I'm going to kind of change things around a little bit. Before I do that, I'm going to put my clear embossing powder on to this one so it doesn't dry off. Just put a whole new bottle of embossing powder in here because I've been using it a lot. Okay, you can kind of see that. The magic really happens, you know, in a little bit. Not quite yet. You'll have to trust me and hang tight. Okay, so on this one, I thought I would use this leaf image just for something different, mix it up. And I'm going to kind of just randomly do that in a few spots. I like to turn the stamp this way and that. So I find a lot of times that when I'm creating, it's so much easier to take a layout that I've already created and then vary it from there. And I think it's one of the most amazing creative jumping off points. It just makes it so much easier to design. And it's, again, part of why I do my kits, why I offer them. And then it allows you to get creative with how you want to do it. And you might use different images or, you know, mix up the color a little bit. And it's just easier to design. Okay, so this is a variation, of course, on the first one because I did stamping different. You can't really tell what I did. And then this one, I'm going to vary it again. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to actually put a sentiment on this one in the lower corner because I like this sentiment. It says, sending positive thoughts. Okay. Okay. And now I'm going to use this image and do some stamping in the corners. This is one of those things where it's just kind of an experiment. We'll see what happens. I have a feeling that my sentiment in the lower left-hand corner is going to seem off balance. Dang. What was I thinking? Okay, well, maybe I have to do the flower in the upper corner instead. Oh, no. Now what am I going to do? Oh, shoot. Okay, well, throw caution to the wind. I'm just going to do this image again in the corner up here and see what I think of it all. And I can barely tell what I'm looking at. Okay, I'm going to just heat emboss these babies and see how it came out. I love this, that sentiment. Okay, where did that sentiment? Yeah, that sentiment is from the Happiness Surround set. It has there's another great sentiment that I love. It says, sending positive thoughts and then surround yourself with happiness. I just love those. Okay, so I have embossing powder on all three of these focal pieces. And, you know, when I was figuring out what I was going to do today, you know, for you guys on live, I thought, oh my gosh, I could be here all day long showing you guys. So I hope you can stick around and see the final results. Okay, so I'm going to do the heat embossing. It's going to be noisy, so here we go. Can you guys see the heat embossing changing? Then it goes from the matte finish to glossy. Here we go, it's starting to change. It's really going to show up better once we do the next step. And the next step is much faster. And once the heat tool gets hot, it also heats a little bit faster too. So I also meant to say earlier that if you ever, don't catch the live and you're coming on for the replay, just know you can always jump forward. I mean, I love it if you hear the announcements and stuff and know what's going on, but I understand if you don't have the time and you need to jump forward, you just want to check out the project, that's all cool. Okay. See if it's okay. That one looks done. Now the plain green one. So before we're finished, I'm going to show you some projects I've made in the past with this technique as well. And also another one that was made with the Snow is Glistening set too. And when I first created that, one of my very first ones with the Snow is Glistening and this technique, I actually didn't even like it. I was playing with it and I created a bunch of different focal pieces and then set them aside, and I created maybe one thing, the one that you see in front of you. And then last night when I was coming back to play with it, actually made a card out of it and just really love it now. So I hope you love it too. Okay, that was very noisy and long. Okay, so here's the crazy fun part. This is like, you're gonna go, oh my gosh, what is she doing? And I think I had the same reaction when I first did this. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our Memento black ink, and what most people do that I've seen is they use a black sponge, but I'm gonna just like do the quick and dirty, and I'm just gonna rub over the whole dang thing. Oh my gosh, are you gasping? You should be gasping. Okay, let's see. She's covering the whole thing in black. So you can use any neutral that you want. You could use a brown or a navy, but I'm using the black, and it gets the ink on there really quick to use the Memento. And the Memento is, it's a, let's see, it's not a permanent ink, so it's going to rub off the surface there, and you'll see. I just realized I forgot to stamp the flower in the middle. Okay. Now what I'm going to do now, this is basically an emboss resist. So I'm going to rub off the excess, and it's going to show me the images underneath. And again, I'm going to have to put something in the center there because I forgot to stamp my flower. I'm going to have to stamp it on the other one so you can see how crisp that gets. Now, and I'm not sure why that's showing up that way. Maybe I didn't heat emboss it all the way. But so you sort of get the idea. So I've just done the coat. That's Joseph's coat. Oh, I saw a heart. Thank you, somebody. Okay, so let's do this because I'm going to get my Versamark back out. And I'm going to stamp my flower in the center because I think it really does need the flower. And the trick is getting it in there sort of centered. And then I'll heat emboss that center. So the big reveal, this process of adding the black or the dark color, is really where the fun is in doing this technique. And I'm not looking at your comments, but I don't know if anybody else was sort of disconcerted by the fact that I was covering the whole thing in black. But it does produce a really interesting, fun effect. Okay, here we go. And it's fast after you have your first couple layers down. Okay, now I'm really excited about these other two, especially since I didn't forget the flower in the center. Okay, here we go. Ah, that wasn't totally embossed. Okay, so that's the tricky thing, right? That wasn't totally embossed, so that I basically just rubbed off the embossing powder in that corner. These are the things that will happen. Okay. I think I'm going to look more closely at this one before I before I do my black. So now revealing what's underneath. That's the fun part. Is anybody oohing and ahhing over there? Ooh and ah. Just write it. Do it because you know it'll make me happy. Any oohs and ahs? All righty. Okay, now let's look at this one. And I think the thing that you find too, that I always find, I don't know if you find it when you create, is that you can have a focal piece and go, yeah, that's okay, you know. And then once you back it with some layers, it ends up being even more pretty. Okay, cool. Let's see. That section didn't quite look like it was all melted. Okay. I'm just checking to make sure that it's all really melted. There's another spot. So word to the wise, the lesson learned, make sure it's all melted before you go over with your black. I'm going to do one other quick example that uses espresso. I've already done the stamping, the heat embossing, all that, so it'll be super quick. I just wanted, as I show you some of the other examples of things I've made. I think I like this one with the leaves. And I love purples and greens. Any other fans out there of purples and greens? Yeah, still lost one of my little leaves. Dang it. That's okay, it's still pretty. I think that's really pretty. Ah, thank you, Carol. You did the ah and the ooh for me. I appreciate it. Even though it was under duress. I hope you really meant it. Anyway, okay, so I'm going to show you a few other quick things. These I'll put together in cards. I'm going to have to work on that one because of my, yeah, you know, anyway, things that I got missed. But it'll probably be better than I think it's going to be. Okay, so here I'm going to show you. Okay, so this project is one of my first Joseph's Coat projects that I've made. And again, the image is there. Of course, that's fall color scheme. The images are, you know, solid enough so that you can really see a lot of the color through. This is the Sheltering Tree stamp set, and I love, love, love this card. Ever since I made it, I wanted to do Joseph's Coat again. So there's that one. And then this is the project where I did the background with the Snow is Glistening set right here. And I didn't really like what I did. And I think this kind of turned out really pretty beautiful, especially with that gold element on the tree. And then I got a little star at the top. So anyway, this is done with the Bermuda Bay, Coastal Cabana, and then there's some crumb cake ink in the back. And then this background is done with espresso. So that's one that I've done. And then let's see. Remember, I was telling you about the Lasting Lily. So this is a card that we did in my team meeting, the Lasting Lily. We did it like a Z fold, a double Z fold. And I stamped that with Highland Heather. So again, purples and greens. This was our swap theme for my team meeting was some of these purples and greens. And then I did it again in the gorgeous scrape. So the flower came out sort of much more brilliant. And you could just see all that detail in there. It's so pretty. Now, this doesn't relate to Joseph's Coat, only in that I tried to create a Joseph's Coat project with it. And this is what I came up with. But on this one, you can see as much as it is beautiful, which I do think I really do like it, you lose a lot of that detail in the calla lily. So I did the same process with this one as in the Joseph's Coat, where I put down my red, and then it was cherry cobbler. And then I put down my mint macaron and shaded spruce, and then did the same process you saw me do here with the clear embossing powder, but you lose the detail on the lily. So anyway, beautiful in its own right, but not as ideal an image. So if you're going to pick an image to use for the Joseph's Coat technique, just make sure that it's the right kind of image. Okay, so this is another one I made. I also did the focal piece way, a couple weeks back when I was playing around with it and didn't make a card until last night. And this is what my final result was. So I used some of the trees from, I think it's Rooted in Nature. I think that's what I used, Rooted in Nature, and maybe Winter Woods. I think I used some from both. And I didn't completely black out the background, but I really like how it turned out. It probably doesn't show up nearly as pretty on the camera as it does in person, but I just really like how that turned out. I did use this black cord. It's the same cord that I used on here. It's just black, of course. It's kind of stretchy cord, and I just attached it around the back side with my tear tape, and then I put an extra bit of the black baker's twine just to kind of add a little bit more texture to it. And then I'll go ahead and attach it with my dimensionals on here. This is the, what is it called? Soft Seafoam green, which is just a lovely, subtle green. Okay, one last thing, and then I'll tell you how you can get free kits, free kit opportunities. And okay, so this is basically the same layout or design as this one, just done in the reds. My niece and her kids were here this past weekend for Thanksgiving. When she's let's see, how old is she? She's not quite 3 yet. She wanted to see me use those dyes, the Snowflake dyes. So I thought, well, let's use some in red. So I die cut some red snowflakes, and I thought, okay, well, I'm going to just make this other version in red, because then maybe I can play with these snowflakes on the design. So this has Cherry Cobbler, Real Red, Poppy Parade, and Crumb Cake in there. And I'm going to go over the whole thing with espresso. So here comes the espresso. Let's see what it turns out to look like. Ooh, and this is a very juicy, this is one of the new style ink pads, so it can't even rub. Okay. So I sort of have a similar reaction to tearing as I do to covering this whole thing. I don't know if any of you guys, when you first started stamping, did you have this reaction to tearing, like you're tearing the paper? So covering the whole thing with ink, sort of have the same reaction to that. Okay, so now our color is being revealed. Can you guys see that? And again, the espresso is a water-based ink that just rubs off, because what's embossed resists the ink. It just sits on the surface of the embossing powder. So I'm just going to wet this just a tiny bit, the paper towel, so I can get off even a little bit more to make it even crisper looking. And I probably should do that on the other ones as well. So I think that turned out so pretty. Oh my gosh. All those beautiful reds coming through. Okay, so when I did actually figure that these might be good layering. So there's what I have in mind. Popped up on dimensionals. And then I thought maybe I'd just sort of see what a snowflake or two looked like. That's probably too big. And I don't know if I'm going to want to use the snowflakes, but I have them. The little ones. Okay, so vote. Snowflake? No snowflake. It probably doesn't need it. Maybe I just need to put a snowflake on the top instead of a star. That's kind of pretty. Anyway, let me know what you think. So I'll finish that one up, and I've got my gold cord that I'll attach on there and finish that one. So what do you think of all this madness? Joseph's coat. Comment and let me know what you think. And what else do I need to share with you before I say goodbye? First of all, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here today. And let me just turn the camera so you can see me. And I'll finish up. You're seeing my ceiling. Oh, let's see, there we go. That's very elegant, right? Putting my hand right in front of there. Get the job done. Okay. better. The lighting's a little bit better. Okay, so I'd love to hear what you think about that technique, about Joseph's coat. I'd love to see you try it with something, and share on this Facebook group if you're willing and game. And the little special that I have, so for people who commented, I'm going to put you into a drawing, and I'm going to have a little packet that will include one of each of the projects that I showed. Well, not all of them, but you'll get one of the either the purple or the green card base, and one of either the red or the Bermuda Bay. So you get one of each to play with, a kit that I'll mail to you, send to you in the mail. And then another way that you can get those kits is if you spend $25 in merchandise that includes anything in the Snowflake Showcase products, the ones that are going away tomorrow, I will send you a pair of cards. So as an example, you'll get this pair. So one of the Mossy Meadow card bases and one of the Gorgeous Grape card bases, and then you can use whatever images that you want to play with that. And then if you spend $60 in merchandise or more and includes something from the Snowflake Showcase products, I'll send you both. So you'll get a pair of these projects and a pair of these projects. So you'll get both colors of the one that uses the Snow is Glistening set. But of course, you can pick your own stamps to use and make your own little creation, whatever inspires you. And that's my hope, is that it serves as a little jumping off point for you to play. So I will do the drawing for the winners for based upon commenting at noon or just shortly after noon. So you have till noon tomorrow to comment on anything on the video and on the live. And well, I realized I just forgot to I was going to ask you to use a hashtag, but forget it. Forget the hashtag because I needed to announce it like a long time ago. So any comments will count towards entries for the card kits. And actually, okay, I will ask you to do one thing. Leave at least one comment so I know you even want the kits, because I really don't want to be mailing them to people that don't want them. So the hashtag is #ILoveFreeProjectKits. Lowercase, uppercase, whatever. It's ILUV free project kits. Is that good? Everybody get that? I'll put it in the description of the this post as well. So is that all clear? So I'll be back next Thursday at 4 with another project. The focus is going to be projects made with the Stamparatus and new products from the Occasions Catalog. And let me know if you have questions and leave comments. And thanks so much for joining me. If you weren't here watching me, I wouldn't be here. So I hope you've enjoyed the presentation, and we'll see you again soon. Bye.